I have been spending this morning in my sketchbook. One thing I wanted to do this week specifically is to try and challenge myself to sketchbook every single day. I really want to fill up both pages on my sketchbook each day, so it's not just like one page. That's just a little challenge I've had for myself. I'm not the most consistent with my sketchbook, and it's the place where I play the most, and I feel like I haven't been allowing myself a lot of play because, as you might have seen in the last video, I was working, all to just prep everything for the market that I did. I have the spring bug collection dropping on my shop, so I'm gonna have a little bit of a shop update. Those of you that may have or may have not seen my video last week, I share all the details in there, and I'll reshare the details again probably in the intro or outro of this video. I'm not sure, I haven't filmed either of those yet, but I'll just be sure to put that information in either the intro or the outro. But regardless, I really wanted to make sure that I made time to play in my sketchbook, just kind of like something that's not work related, no project that I'm actually working on, just something that can take my mind off of work and let me explore creativity. I'm on this new journey. I've talked about it a little bit, how I'm not really following the algorithm anymore. I feel like the algorithm and socials want you to niche down, and I feel like I'm wanting to try a bunch of things, because how am I supposed to niche down and hone in on what I really want to do if I don't know what I really want to do? So instead of limiting myself this year, I told myself this is going to be a year of creative exploration. This is going to be a year of just that, exploring a bunch of different creative mediums. Right now, I'm currently in a ceramics class, and this might be a super unpopular opinion, and I feel terrible saying this because I feel like I've only seen people have good experiences and end up loving ceramics, and I have to say, it's definitely fun to get messy and play with the clay. I'm doing an intro to wheel throwing class, but the more I go, the more I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is for me, and I feel really guilty saying that because, like, obviously I have this mindset where I'm like, I have to be producing, so if I'm spending money on something that I don't end up liking, it's really difficult for me to be okay with that. Like, I feel like whatever I spend my money on, I have to use it wisely. It has to become something. And so spending money on this class and realizing that it's not really what I enjoy doing is kind of a bummer. But I keep reminding myself that's what this entire year is all about. Creative exploration, trying things, figuring out what I like, and that only comes with figuring out what I don't like. And yeah, so ceramics is really fun to get messy, but I have noticed that the entire time that, and it's taken me a while to get to this conclusion, because number one, I was kind of like, maybe it's the environment. Then number two, I was like, maybe it's because I'm bad at it. Like, I'm a bad art, I'm a beginner. You know, so maybe being a beginner isn't something I'm comfortable with. So I've kind of let it just happen and let myself kind of figure out where I'm standing and let myself feel what I'm feeling. And I really narrowed it down to that it's not really the environment. It's not really the fact that I'm a beginner, because I'm going to talk about it more later, but I'm a beginner right now with drawing certain things and some things that I'm figuring out, and I'm totally okay with that. So I don't think it's the fact that I'm a beginner and I'm bad at it. I don't think it's the fact that it's the environment. I really feel like the entire time that I'm throwing, I'm constantly thinking about the other things that I enjoy doing that I wish I was doing. And that's just kind of like a clear sign to me, as again, as embarrassing as it is to admit, because I feel like the internet is blowing up with ceramics and like everyone's loving it. I feel like I'm the only one that's like, I don't know if it's for me, and I feel terrible. But anyway, so that's how I'm kind of feeling about my class right now. But I'm really proud of myself for showing up, for trying it out, trying something new, and figuring out that I don't like it, admitting that I don't like it. And I think that, you know, that's a really big step. And like I said, I keep having to remind myself that that is the point of this year, is creative exploration, etc., etc. I don't want to repeat myself, but yeah, so that brings me to today. I'm really a beginner in this right now. I am really making sure I'm getting in my sketchbook. Now, a lot of things that are in my sketchbook lately are mostly just reference photos from Pinterest or whatever. So these aren't things that I want to make designs because they're technically someone else's work. But this is helping me challenge myself in trying out new compositions, trying out new things to draw. So the one thing that I'm trying right now, I did a bird study this morning and I got really inspired. I was watching a lot of Lee's old videos. I really like watching studio vlogs while I'm working or while I'm drawing or whatever, so I just put on a playlist by Lee, and I saw a bunch of like her old drawings, and I saw some birds in there, and I was like, wow, I really want to do a bird study. I want to figure out how, you know, their anatomy works and try their different positions, whether they're on a branch, whether they're facing forward, backwards, sideways, different types of things like that, and just try and figure them out as a whole, because eventually I would love to develop my own style, and I think birds are so cool. I've been really getting into a lot of nature lately, which is ironic because my entire collection dropping next week is all bugs, which is in the theme of spring, which, by the way, happy first day of spring. It's not going to be the first day of spring when you watch this, but it is for me right now, so happy spring, everyone. I hope that your hearts are opening up to the warmer weather. I hope that your seasonal depression is lifting and the sun is a good time. So anywho, I wanted to show you my sketchbook a little bit. I gave a little clip in the very beginning, but yeah, I basically just did a little bird study, and I did a lot of different positions, a lot of different wingspan positions, just trying to figure out their anatomy all together. And I'm honestly so proud of this. Like, I'm really proud of this page. I, number one, don't use a lot of color, so I used colored pencils this morning, and I added in the warm tones. I'm sticking to more like yellow oranges, and then the cool tones is always going to be green. I am a green girl. But yeah, so I don't know, I'm really loving this spread. It's making me want to spend the entire day in my sketchbook, which I may or may not do. Not totally sure as of right now. I do need to pack the Patreon rewards 100%, so I need to do that ASAP and mail those because it's approaching the end of March, but it took a while for my prints. I ended up getting really busy, ordered them a little bit later. They took a little bit to get here, so I'm a little bit late with these prints going out. But either way, they are going out. Bo just brought me his bone. I'm probably gonna go hang out with him outside for a little bit as well, let him run around and play. I got some new plants. I feel like I'm talking so much right now, but there's just so many things that I want to share with you all that have been just helping me play a lot more, helping me just grow creatively, and I feel like I am on the right path of like finding what I like. And of course I'm open to that evolving over time and changing as I grow and learn and different things like that, but I'm really learning how to be a student of life and also learn how to master the things that I do love already. And okay, last thing, I did order some of this like transfer paper so that I can draw super detailed little things and be able to flip it on. I can even trace on my iPad. So like my butterflies and moths, I hand drawn all those onto the stamps to be carved. But now I have the opportunity to trace it on my iPad so that they're literally anatomically symmetrical, and then flip it and press it straight onto the stamp. So I got some transfer papers so that I feel like my stamps can, number one, be a lot more accurate. Even though I'm a sucker for hand-drawn things, I feel like I just want to level up in my neatness of my stamps. So I got some transfer paper for that, and I'm really excited to try out some new designs just for fun for right now as I try and get the hang of the transfer paper. But yeah, I'm excited to level up there. There's just so many things. I'm really excited, and I feel like I'm on this amazing journey, and I cannot get over how much we're growing on YouTube. Like, I have always wanted to make YouTube videos and share my art with the world and inspire others to be creative and inspire them to, you know, navigate the human experience more mindfully and more playful. And it's just really cool to watch me find the things that feel good to me, stay true to myself, and then it resonate with more and more people. It's just such a cool feeling. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for clicking on this video if you're new. It's a good time over here. I hope you have a good time, and I hope that ultimately any of the footage that you ever see inspires you to create, not compare, and ultimately stay true to yourself. But anywho, I'm gonna get off of my little TED talk here and bring you all along. I'm gonna pack the Patreon rewards, and I might spend more time in my sketchbook because I'm really loving this. I have to do my morning pages though, and I need to prep some things for the shop update as well as the art market, but I have a little bit of time. I just don't want to leave things to last minute, so I'm trying to like pace myself like I did last time. But anywho, I'm glad you're here. Oh, and then I got a new tattoo. I know I put a little picture in my last video. It's definitely still healing. I have a lot of like healing ointment on it right now, but she's looking so cute. She's doing so well. She's a very big piece in a very tender area, but I'm literally obsessed with her. Anywho, okay, This time I mean it. I'm hopping off, okay? I'm gonna leave, okay? Watch me. Watch me. I'm leaving. See, it's when I do stuff like that that I'm like, should I leave that in? Should I leave that in the video? Okay, I'm done. See you all in the next clip. It is voiceover Lexi checking in. I am currently packing up my Patreon rewards and wanted to give a shout out to all my patrons. Thank you so much for supporting me at any capacity. It truly means the world to me, and I don't think I'll ever be able to fully express my gratitude using words. So I just hope that you feel a little bit of love at the capacity that you all give to me. And I decided to do a little Patreon plug here just for fun. If you are interested in receiving monthly rewards and benefits such as exclusive podcast episodes, exclusive content, early access, mailed rewards such as prints and stickers every single month, I encourage you to head over to my Patreon and check it out. Find a tier that best fits you, or they've officially made it an option to follow along for free, which still gives you early access and access to the secret Patreon shop. And this week on the 28th of March, I have my my spring collection dropping, which is everything you've seen in the last couple of videos. I will be recapping everything in the next few clips of everything that will be available. But if you want 24-hour early access on Wednesday, the 27th, I encourage you to head over on to Patreon, find a tier that best fits you, or again, follow along for free. If you follow along for free, you still gain early access. You'll be sent a password along with all the other details as well. So anywho, thank you so much, patrons. We've officially hit 50 of you all, so I will be coming out with a exclusive item that is still currently a secret, but I cannot wait to share more with you all. So thank you for all your support. XOXO, sending you all the love. Okay, I'm gonna hop back off. Okay, I'm coming at you all live to discuss everything that is going to be available for the Bug Collection spring / 4-year anniversary shop update. I do have everything listed with their prices. I may or may not put it on the screen, but I have everything listed on my Instagram under shop update. All the information you all are possibly going to need if you have any questions after seeing this footage. So if you have any more questions, check over on my story highlight on Instagram under shop update. But all of this and more is going to be available for the shop update. These tote bags are from my stamps that I carved out and block printed onto here. Same thing with these wood panels. There's a couple more wood panels available with different designs, such as these bugs, this butterfly, and Luna moth. And then I also have the noodle ones that will be available. I will put those in a picture right over here. For reference, I have to make more of them, so that's why I don't have one here to show you, but those will also be available along with these Luna moth block printed recycled paper. I have a lot of 8.5 by 11 prints, and I'll put some options on the screen here so you can see what all will be available. This is a really big launch. This is a huge 4-year anniversary celebration along with a huge spring collection, pretty much renovating my entire shop. So it's a huge drop. There's literally anything from tote bags to prints to wall hangings to stickers, etc. There's so many different options to choose from. And then of course I have all of these bug prints. I have all of these sitting here, which I'll put some images on the screen as well. So that is literally everything that's going to be available for the shop update. There are so many different things, like I was saying. The thing that's really cool is that there is, for all of the 4.5 by 6.5 block bug prints, they are either 1 for 10, 3 for 20, or 6 for 30. So there's huge deals on those. There have to be discount codes used for those. The discount codes are also on my story highlight on Instagram, and there will be a post sent out for those on the community section of my YouTube. If you want to get a little bit more involved, you can sign up on my website, or you can head over to Patreon and get all of the information. And like I said earlier, along with 24-hour early access to this entire shop update on Wednesday instead of Thursday. So I wanted to come on here and kind of give you the scoop of everything that's going to be available just so you can see it here. I feel like oftentimes when people do shop updates, it's not like you don't know like the grand scope of everything they're going to be launching. So since I'm pretty much renovating my entire shop, I wanted to explain all of the new things, since there is so many things, just to help you better understand what is going on. And the last thing is that there is going to be a spring cleaning sale on my website, which basically means that the entire sales section is all of my older designs between 30 and 50% off. So if you want to get some sweet deals, also head over to the spring cleaning sales section. Other than that, I'm not sure how much more I have to say about this. Again, if you have any questions, there's an entire breakdown on my Instagram. But yeah, I just wanted to check in and say hi, give you a little bit of a rundown, bring you in a bit on this shop update. I'm so excited to share this collection with you all. It's really dear to my heart. One of the things about bugs is that they are essential to sustaining human life. They help environments thrive. They help ecosystems literally stay alive. And I want every single one of these pieces to remind every single one of us that we as humans have individual purposes that also helps sustain humanity. And I'm also hoping that these pieces help you navigate the human experience a little bit more mindfully. But other than that, I don't think I have anything else to say about this update. I just wanted to come in, like I said, and give you a rundown of everything because it is a lot. But okay, signing off. While I did some plant chores, I figured I would pop on and talk about a quote that has really been transforming my perspective. I got this quote from The Artist Way, which I did last year during a really pivotal time in my life, and I've continued to carry that book with me throughout this year. And the quote was talking about how we always have this plan to arrive somewhere. The majority of our lives are spent with the thought of, if I only had this, or if I only could do that. Basically, we base everything on the arrival instead of the journey. And the book and the quote specifically was emphasizing that the journey is the only arrival. This basically means that we never actually hit a point of arriving. Like one day we wake up and we're just there, wherever there is. We're constantly changing, constantly evolving, and the book really emphasizes finding peace and stillness while moving and changing. This can be a little bit uncomfortable for some of us that like to stay in our comfort zones and hit goals, etc. But the book really highlights the purpose of the human life, the purpose of humans' existence. And the fact is, we're constantly changing, we're constantly evolving. And understanding that the journey is the only arrival has given me so much peace in my growing process, in my evolution. It's opened myself up for so many new things, so many new experiences, to try new things, say yes to new things. And it's also given me the permission to change my mind upon learning new information. I think a lot of times we always try to expect each other to stay the same because we're dependent on certain versions of ourselves and others. But the bottom line is that that's an impossible expectation on a human. We're going to change, we're going to evolve, we're going to change our minds based off of new experiences, based off of learning new information, etc. So I hope this quote finds you well, because the journey is the only arrival. That is pretty much all I have to share with you all for today's video. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge because I'm in the middle of starting a lot of things. I'm in the middle of prepping for another weekend market. I'm in the middle of prepping for, or I guess the final preparations for my shop update. So lots of different things going on here. The main thing I wanted to prioritize was getting in my sketchbook, being creative, and overall just sharing my work with you all and hoping that it inspires you to do more of what you love, create more. I feel like oftentimes we take life a little too serious, and of course, as precious and as valuable every moment is, we also have to remember to make a little bit of room to play, make some room to live, to experience, to be in the present moment. So I'm hoping this video encouraged you to do so. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and being here, clicking on this video. We have grown so much. We started out the year with 388 subscribers, and now we are at 950, which is absolutely crazy growth in just 3 months. So if you are here and you're watching this video, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you exist. Your life has such a purpose and such meaning to it, and I'm glad we can be little internet buddies. But yeah, the next thing I wanted to talk to you all about, I'm gonna explain a lot more in depth in my next video. I am dropping off some of my pieces at a local coffee shop. I will be giving them all some things for my contract is for 3 months. They basically offer my work in their coffee shop, so you can either get it online, or if you're local and you can't make it to a market or any markets that I have coming up, you can find me at a local coffee shop. So I'm gonna give more information about that in my next video, along with my start to learning how to tattoo journey. I met up with a super cool artist, and I'm gonna be learning under her, doing a little apprenticeship, and she's giving me such good tips and tricks. I really want to document this entire process in my journey, let you all in on some insight, kind of show you how I'm doing it, etc., and just keep you all posted. So I'm excited for next week's video. It's gonna be a lot more in depth on that journey, and I'm excited for what the future holds. I feel like I've really been dipping my toes into a lot of different different creative mediums, following things that I've always loved but never gave myself permission to actually do. So it feels really good. I hope this encourages you to do the same, like I said earlier. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. It's honestly just blowing my mind. I cannot believe it. My middle school YouTuber self is literally screaming. So yeah, I'll never be able to express my gratitude to all of you all. So thank you so much for being here. If you want to get further connected, check the links in the description, and don't forget to check out the shop update on Thursday the 28th at 10 a.m. Unless you're a Patreon, you get 24-hour early access on Wednesday the 27th at 10 a.m. Yeah, you're the bee's knees, you roll. I'm really bad at wrapping up videos, so I'll see you in the next one.